Hi, welcome to Simple or Not Kitchen. My name is Melissa Sainode, and today I'm making this beautiful rustic Renaissance meat pie that's going to be the centerpiece of my Renaissance-inspired charcuterie board. This is perfect for entertaining, especially if you love Renaissance and you love going to Renaissance fairs or watching Renaissance-themed movies. This charcuterie board is perfect for that, and the meat pie is delicious. Let me show you how we're going to do it. This recipe is super easy, and you can change it up any way you like. Basically, I'm going to start with a pound of ground meat. I'm using ground turkey just because I have some people in my family and who will be eating off of this charcuterie board that don't eat beef, but if not for that, I probably would have used a combination of ground beef and pork, but in this case, I'm using the ground turkey. And we are going to season our meat up just a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit of chicken bouillon. I'm using the powdered kind. You can use any kind of chicken bouillon that you want. If I were using ground beef, I'd probably use a beef bouillon. We're also going to add some chicken broth. You could use any kind of broth that you want. You could also use vegetable broth would probably be really good. I didn't have any homemade on hand, so I am using a canned chicken broth. And then I'm going to add some stewed tomatoes to this. I'm actually using my homemade stewed tomatoes. I have about a cup. You can also use store-bought. The stewed tomatoes that I make come out super sweet and they're so delicious, so they add a nice bit of seasoning to this. We're also going to add some Italian seasoning, and I also added some garlic and a little bit of cumin and lemon juice as well. You can add anything to this, basically. You could add some potatoes as well. Some roasted potatoes would be really good in this, or even some vegetables as well. I was going to add carrots, but at the end I decided not to add the carrots. And we are just going to cover this and let it cook for about 30 minutes so that that meat absorbs all that yummy flavor. After the meat has cooked for a bit, about 30 minutes, we are going to go ahead and bake it in a pie crust. I'm using my own homemade pie crust, and clearly pie crust is not my specialty, but you could always use a store-bought version as well. But we're going to go ahead and fill up our pie crust with the meat mixture, and then we're going to put another pie crust right on top, and then we're going to just pinch it closed. Even though my pie crust is not perfect, this is a Renaissance-inspired meat pie, so I thought the imperfections of the crust sort of fit the theme. The pie is supposed to look rustic, and I think we pulled that off. We're going to go ahead and pop this in a 350-degree oven for about 50 minutes, and then when it comes out, it is going to be light golden brown. And you can see I have some fruit tarts there cooking at the bottom of the oven. Those are also going to be going on my Renaissance-inspired charcuterie board. This Renaissance-inspired meat pie was actually super delicious. We all really liked it, and it was the perfect centerpiece for a Renaissance-inspired charcuterie board. You can see on my charcuterie board I'm adding those little fruit pies. I'm also adding some cheeses. A lot of new cheeses were invented during the Renaissance, including Parmesan and others. We're going to add some fruit because fruit and nuts were pretty popular during the Renaissance, and along with our meat pie. And of course we have some homemade bread as well. And those are the elements for our Renaissance-inspired charcuterie board. I really love having a theme when I put together a charcuterie board or a food spread, and especially if I'm going someplace fun like the Renaissance Fair or sitting down to watch a Renaissance-era movie. Thanks so much for watching. You'll find more at PennellCentral.com.